Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mahipal Dutt, librarian with Khalsa College for Women, Sidhwan, Khurd, Punjab in India. So friends, I am going to discuss with you all the implementation and use of Koha ILMS at my own institute, that is KCW Sidhwan Khurd. It is a case study. How did we implement Koha along with its in-out management system? So I'm not going into detail about these things. We all know all these things, what Koha is. So I don't think there is a need to talk about all these things. So first of all, how did we plan? We prepared one PC for Koha server. We installed ourselves, not with the help of IT section or anyone else. Our own library team installed Ubuntu 20.4 operating system and Koha 19.11 version on that 20.4 operating system version of Ubuntu. So we played with the test system and got comfortable with all the modules of Koha. Along with that, we extracted data from the legacy system that we were using earlier. The data was extracted in Excel format. We also consulted other such related case studies, that how did they do all these things. So for this, when we were comfortable with all these things, we thought of installing the system. So for that, again, we took a server, one PC for the server with the good configuration. This PC which was chosen for the server was having 4 GB RAM along with 1 TB hard disk drive. Along with the server for PC, we also chose PCs for staff client, one PC for OPEC, and one PC for user in-out. One printer was also required for printing the barcodes and other things. 2 barcode scanners were also purchased, one for staff client, means having at circulation counter, and one for user in-out at the gate of the library. The software requirement that we need were Ubuntu 20.4 that we installed again, the Apache MariaDB or MySQL server and Perl were required, that were installed. One more thing that is required is a root connection. We need the access to the root and one internet configuration. A high-speed dedicated internet link is required. I'm not going into detail about the installation steps, as we all know how we can install Koha. These are the common steps that are taken. These steps are taken actually from Koha wiki, Koha community. So we all know these are the common steps as we installed Ubuntu operating system. After that, we upgraded that. We installed the text editor. We added the Koha community repository. We updated the software repository. Then we installed Koha Common. Port configurations were done. We chose MariaDB server, although MySQL can also be chosen for that database server. We secured the MariaDB server with the commands and with the password for the safety and security of the database. One Koha instance with the name of library was created, and we enabled vhost and Apache server restarted. Local language Perl module was installed, and default master password, Koha master password, was recovered with the command memcached server was restarted. We enabled the plaque. One more thing that is to be taken care of is that plaque should only be enabled if we have sufficient RAM. So after all these things, we can access our staff client as well as our OPAC on the local host. So when we access our staff client for the first time, the password that was extracted is required. The username will be by default Koha_library, and the password will be that is extracted. And we have to customize our library, we have to customize the pattern type, we have to customize the item type, we have to customize the super librarian user ID with the installation process. After all these things, means the customization, we will get the staff user interface that you can see in the picture with all the modules. For more customization, we need to go to Koha administration, and we have to create the library, other libraries if we are having more than one library with the names and codes. We have to create all the pattern categories, as we have created only one pattern category while customizing the Koha for the first time. Likewise, we have to customize the item types. If we want our items that our user should know the location, shelving location, etc., we have to define the authorities in the location with the shelving location. We also define the circulation and find rules for our users with various pattern categories and having various item types. So this was all from the customization and installation process. After that, we have to migrate the data that was extracted from the legacy system in the Excel format. For that, we took some considerations. The cautions were that we created the list of libraries, we checked our item types, we checked the pattern categories, we then mapped bibliographic data from our legacy system to Koha fields, and we mapped pattern data from my legacy system to the Koha fields. So for that, we use the MarkEdit software, and in the MarkEdit software, when we open, we choose the export tab delimited text in the MarkEdit. We chose the original data Excel file which was extracted from the legacy system, and we also gave the name of the output file to save the file. Next, we selected the tab delimiter and chosen the book from the LDR 008 section, and UTF 8 was encoded. Then the mapping of all the fields as per mark tag was done. Each field was tagged as per the mark records, the mark fields, and it was all the fields, all the related fields were actually joined from the one tag. After joining, we can save the .mrk file. Once the .mrk file is saved, we can edit, open that with the MarkEdit software and edit and delete uppermost two records, tag names and numbers. And then we can save that file, updated file in the .mrc extension. Then .mrc file is ready to be uploaded in the catalog. How we will migrate the data, that MRC file, into a database? We will log in with the user ID and password. We will go to the tools module. In the tools, stage mark record for import is there. You will choose the .mrc file and choose the record matching rules. If we are having any type of records already we are having in our database, for the comparison or for to avoid the duplicacy of the records, we need record matching rules. After processing, the records will be staged. When the record will be staged, then we will click manage staged mark record. There, on the particular file, we can see the staged mark files. You will click on the mark file, particular mark file, and click on the import these records into catalog. Then all the records will be imported into the catalog, and we have to restart the Jabra for reindexing of the database. So likewise we can migrate, and this was the process how we migrated our Excel data into our database, Koha database. Likewise, for the Koha in-out management system, these are the steps that were taken from the Koha community site again, with the github.com onkar 2403/in-out link. These were the steps that were taken. I'm not going into detail of these things, as we all know. We all know how we can install all these things. So in short, I'll show you the output which we are using it in our library, the in-out management system. We are using it smoothly, and as we know what in-out management system is, it is a web-based application. It is used to track the patrons who visit the library. We will scan the barcode from the ID and log the entry time and exit time of the patron. The data into this application is fetched from the Koha database. So we can generate, as we know that it has two interfaces. One is for reports, that is administrator part, and one is for user, that is to enter the records, the roll numbers of the IDs that our users have. So we can generate the reports as per our requirements. For the exit entry of the visitors, we can report all these things into various formats such as PDF, Excel, or many other formats. So this was all from my side. Thank you very much for your patience hearing, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.